Hey everybody, so I have this newer flash. It's the TT850. I got this a couple of years ago and I really like it as like kind of a smaller standalone light kit for traveling and just doing some quick stuff outdoors. I actually bought two of them a couple years ago, and then I decided just recently that I wanted another one for a 3-light setup, but they don't make this anymore, it seems. At least on Amazon I couldn't find it. It says unavailable. So I bought a Godox V852, if that means anything. And I just wanted to kind of let everybody know that a lot of these work together. I don't know if people know this or not, but just kind of show how it works. So this is the newer 433 megahertz wireless system. I bought these two for like 30 bucks as a kit or whatever, and I've been using them with my newer setup for the longest time, and they're actually pretty awesome. The only thing I don't like about them is it seems like you're in the middle of the dial when you move it. So a lot of play between there. So a lot of times I'll give, especially with the two that I had, I'd have one would be flash A and the other one would be flash 1. Now I have 3. It's gonna do 1, 2, 3 or ABC and see how that works. But with all that play, we'll see how that is. So I bought another of these newer receivers, transmitters. I won't take that off, but and it's because it says 433 megahertz. So I'm like, no, let's try it. It's a couple bucks. And it actually does work with the V850. So, and it works with this thing as well. So if you guys are thinking about doing that, these newer ones will work. I assume if you have a Godox one, it would probably work with your TT850s. Seems like everything's just kind of like rehoused. So if you look at the, oh yeah, and the batteries themselves, I have a Godox and I have a newer one. I actually ordered another one. Couldn't find a newer battery, and so they sent me a Godox one. So I have two Godoxes that work just fine. So everything kind of just all works with each other. So the difference between these two, the screen layout is a little bit different. This one seems to be vertical. This one's horizontal. This one has a couple of different things. This has the first sync and then second sync flash, like the red-eye flash. It says more than the manual. I won't go too much into that, but and then there's a repeat. This one only has the manual or the repeat, or multi, which they call it, where it flashes a couple strobes per fire, if you want to do fancy stuff. And there looks to be a channel thingy. The instructions are actually off a little bit, so I don't understand too much because they're all translated from Chinese. But that's a little channel setting, your mode, which takes you from multi to regular, your zoom. One cool thing about this one is it zooms down to 20. This one only zooms to 24. Actually, let me try it. Yep, 24. And then this one has turns the light on. Actually turns like see that red light right there? It'll shine that little pattern. You can see where you're focusing it, which is pretty awesome. I've used that all the time. Turns that back off. The Godox has it. So does the newer, I think it's this switch. No, it's a switch right here. It doesn't indicate on the back with a light icon. This one has, but you'll be able to see it. It looks like this pattern is smaller. I'm just noticing. Let's turn those on. Yeah, one's a little bit smaller. You have to pull it away. Interesting thing. I didn't know that until now. There's a thing that you now know. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that these things work. I guess I'll show that they do work by putting this one on. Let's go to channel 1 for this guy. Hope that's on channel 1. Move this to channel 1. Yep. So as you can see, this thing is moving them up. You can hit the buzz and it'll make a sound each time you push a button. So we'll go all the way down to 128 just because, oops, you can turn it off too so it doesn't fire. But probably aren't seeing that fire, but you'll see the flash. There you go. If you want this to not fire, you have to go and then turn it off. Otherwise, this thing firing will fire this one off, even if you have them set on different channels. So now if I want to do this one, I have it on A. We'll go down to A, turn this back on. The beeps are different, if that matters. And then yeah, that thing's firing there. And then if you set them both on A, obviously it will then fire them both off. I think I'm not on A. Oh, and then I gotta turn this one back on. Let's see. Strange things, there we go. So, interesting harmony of sounds. But then it will fire off. I don't know if you can see it. It is one-handed. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the frame rates fast enough or whatever. But they do work, so if you are wondering about that with your Godox and Neewer flashes and wireless transmitters, it looks like they all play well together. I would venture to say, I've never tried it, but I'd venture to say that the Neewer would work back if you have that system as well. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I am pretty new at these things, but I will do my best to answer any of them. And thanks for watching.